Welcome back. I am just back from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where I spent the last week. I witnessed what seems like the beginning of a revolution happening there. I was honored to interview the future king of Saudi Arabia, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, on stage at the kingdom's Future Investment Initiative conference. During our interview, His Royal Highness sent a message to the Saudi people and the world that he is leading a new vision in Saudi. While being interviewed by me, a symbol of freedom in my jacket and pants, not covered up, the country was buzzing about his remarks.
You have an incredibly beautiful country. You have the resources, but you are having radical ideas, some might say. Recently, you've announced that you will soon allow women to drive. You are allowing foreign investment in your beautiful country. Why now? What triggered this change in thinking?
Check out these two Saudi princes. This one's the 57-year-old crown prince. And this one, the one doing all the hand kissing, is his younger cousin. Listen to what the older cousin is saying. He's being forced to give up his power and to pass the crown prince title to his younger cousin, a guy who's almost half his age. This is Mohammed bin Salman. In the West, we just call him MBS. And since this moment in June, he's consolidated power so swiftly and so thoroughly that in Saudi Arabia, they just know him as Mr. Everything. As Crown Prince, MBS will become king. And with all of this new power, MBS is seeking to assert his dominance throughout the Middle East. One of his big policies has been a vehement opposition to Saudi Arabia's neighbor, Iran. And on that note, he has found an ally in the White House. Inside the kingdom, MBS is also seeking to cement his authority and dominance over the royal family.
Saudi Arabia's young crown prince arresting hundreds of his own cousins and
crackdown on corruption. 11 princes and nearly 40 current or former officials detained, reportedly being held at the lavish Ritz-Carlton.
Yes, if you're a Saudi prince, jail is the Ritz-Carlton. MBS called this a corruption crackdown, and he branded himself as the financially responsible anti-corruption leader. But we're talking about a guy who recently purchased one of the most expensive homes in the world, and who last year spent $500 million on a painting. He clearly had other motives for this crackdown beyond fiscal responsibility. One thing to realize is that the Saudi royal family is made up of thousands of members who use public money generated from oil revenues to fund their unthinkably excessive lifestyles. So it wouldn't be hard for MBS to crack down on anyone he wants to. MBS's second big move was to loosen the strict moral and social rules of the kingdom. He stripped the religious police of their right to make arrests. He expanded women's rights in society, including giving them the right to drive. On the surface, these are progressive social reforms meant to modernize Saudi society. But like the anti-corruption crackdowns, the move is another effort to seize power. Saudi society is built on a sort of pact between the royal family, which is called the House of Saud, and the vast religious establishment run by conservative Islamic clerics. The clerics give the Saud family legitimacy by giving them their blessing as rulers of the kingdom. In exchange, the family allows the clerics to strictly enforce their uncompromising, puritanical version of Islam within the kingdom. This Faustian bargain means that Saudi princes, like MBS and others, can live these indulgent lifestyles and make deals with the West, but still retain religious legitimacy in the eyes of the public. It's a balance that has kept the kingdom stable in this very volatile region. But now MBS has violated his family's part of the bargain, arresting hardline clerics who might speak out against his progressive reforms. This could shake one of the foundational pillars of Saudi society.
Predecessor to the primary religion of Saudi Arabia, a version of Islam called Wahhabism. ISIS also claims strong ties to Wahhabism. So what is Wahhabism and how does it affect this region? Wahhabism is a strict form of Sunni Islam named after its founder, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. He preached that all Muslims should strictly adhere to the Quran's teachings. Over time, Wahhabism has grown to have a domineering influence on Saudi Arabian religious culture and politics. In Saudi Arabia, Wahhabism is seen as the true interpretation of Islam. They also believe that anyone who does not practice their version of Islam are heretics. This teaching has been the cause of tension within the Islamic world because Wahhabism sees other followers of Islam, like Shias and Sufis, as non-believers, strongly encouraging followers to show no mercy to non-believers and issuing orders to kill anyone outside of the faith. And this isn't the first time that Wahhabism has been connected to a terror organization. Alongside ISIS, Wahhabi teachings have also heavily influenced Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. On the surface, it may seem like terror groups are adhering to the strict practice of Islam as a part of the religious crusade that allows them to justify violent action. However, there might be another reason why Wahhabism is being embraced by groups like ISIS. Experts believe that their ulterior motive might be financial. Wahhabism has its roots in Saudi Arabia, one of the richest countries in the world. It's understood that some Saudi charities and private companies are used as a front to fund extremist Wahhabi organizations like ISIS to the tune of $100 billion over the last 30 years.